Hi, my name is Dan McDonough, Group Training and Development Manager here at TRX. You've seen the training tip, you've seen the featured movement. Let's move on to the weekly sequence. Let's make it happen. All right, welcome to the weekly sequence. Today we're going to talk about hip mobility and ankle mobility. You ready, Lauren? The first exercise we're going to show you is the Kossack. So I'm going to get her to stand with her elbows underneath her shoulders, palms facing each other. She's going to take a really, really wide stance, wider than your shoulders. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start off small and shallow. She's just going to start to move side to side, releasing the hip back. As she starts to break down tension, she's going to start to lift the opposite toes towards the ankle, starting to get great hip mobility, great hamstring flexibility, and great mobility through the ankle. All right, Lauren, just shift from side to side. Notice how she's drawing those toes towards her shin at the bottom of the movement. Got some great ankle mobility, great hip mobility, and just transferring weight from side to side. Nicely done, Lauren. Okay, so performing this movement before you do any type of workout is really going to help to increase your hip mobility. The next exercise we're going to move into is some unloaded hip mobility, performing our seated figure 4 stretch. I'm just going to have Lauren have a seat on the ground. She's going to straighten one leg and cross the other ankle on top of the other. So here what she's going to do, she's going to unload the lower body slightly by using the handles to get a little bit more mobility through the hips. So I'm going to get her to lean back. She's going to bend that grounded leg up. And I'd like you to draw your toes towards your shin to protect that ankle a little bit. And all she's going to do is just lightly pull on the handles to increase that stretch in through the hip over here. So what she's doing as she's pulling on the handles to lift the posture, she's lightly pressing the knee away from her chest, and she should feel a wonderful stretch deep into that hip. How does that feel? Good, awesome. All right, so now we're going to move into that standing figure 4 stretch, which is going to be more of a loaded mobility exercise. So just like the seated figure 4 stretch, I'm going to get her to place one ankle on the opposite knee, above the knee. And once again, Lauren, if you could draw those toes towards your shin to protect that knee a little bit. Using the assistance of the handle, she's just going to slowly lower herself down, very similar to a single leg squat. And the deeper she can go, the more she's going to open that hip and really loading that leg over there. So use the handles to lightly pull to lift your posture. There we go. And then lower your hips down. So right here we have a really good loaded mobility stretch. The deeper she can drop down, the more she's going to get into that hip mobility. Nicely done. Excellent. Perfect. So there you have the weekly sequence, which really focuses on great hip mobility. Thank you for joining us for the weekly sequence. Be sure to download the 30-minute real-time workout and stay tuned next week for more free content.